At the beginning of the story, we are shown two buses traveling down a road. Inside the buses are many female students who are all heading to their classes. One of them is named Mitsuko, a very cute girl who is busy writing something in her notebook. Her friends ask her, "Do you write all the time? What will you gain by making these notes? Look around, everyone is having fun. Why don't you enjoy yourself too?" Saying this, one of her friends snatches her notebook, causing her pen to fall to the floor. As Mitsuko bends down to pick up her pen, we suddenly see something moving at an incredible speed. In an instant, it slices through both buses and all the girls inside. As a result, everyone is cut into two pieces. When Mitsuko stands back up, she is shocked by what she sees. Since she had bent down to pick up her pen, she survived. Terrified, she jumps out of the bus and starts running. We soon discover that the thing responsible for cutting everyone apart is nothing but the wind itself. The deadly wind now begins chasing Mitsuko as well. Screaming in fear, she runs as fast as she can. While running, she sees four girls ahead and warns them to duck, but it is already too late. The wind slices them in half as well. Mitsuko manages to save one girl, but then they notice a group of girls riding bicycles. They try to warn them too, but the wind does the same thing to them. During the chaos, the girl Mitsuko had just saved is also killed by the invisible force. Now completely terrified, Mitsuko runs aimlessly. Later, she reaches a river and is horrified to see that it is filled with dead bodies that have also been cut apart by the invisible wind. She takes clothes from one of the bodies and changes into them. In the next scene, Mitsuko arrives at a school filled with female students. Their uniforms are completely different from hers, suggesting that she does not belong there. Suddenly, a girl approaches her and asks how she is doing. It turns out that this girl is supposedly Mitsuko's best friend. However, Mitsuko asks, "Are you really my best friend?" because she cannot understand what is happening to her. She is still in shock. We also learn that Mitsuko and her best friend care deeply about each other. Suddenly, a strong wind begins blowing, and Mitsuko immediately runs inside the building in fear. Her best friend is confused and asks why she is shaking so much and why she seems so terrified. Mitsuko then tells her everything that happened, the deadly gust of wind and how it slaughtered all the students at her school. After hearing this, her friend takes her to a window and places her hand outside, saying, "Look, it's just wind, nothing else." This gives Mitsuko some comfort, and she begins to wonder if everything might simply be a dream. Afterward, Mitsuko's best friend gathers two more friends, and together they plan to skip class. Just as they are about to leave, their teacher catches them. However, the four girls manage to run away and eventually arrive at a lake. There, Mitsuko's best friend tells the other girls about her strange dreamlike experiences. One of the girls suggests that it might actually be real. She explains the idea of a mirror world, a place where everything is the opposite of this world. To demonstrate, she throws a stone into the lake and says, "I threw this stone here, but maybe in the other world, I didn't." Suddenly, a crocodile emerges from the water and eats one of the girls. The remaining girl then says, "See? I told you, what happens in this world doesn't happen in the other one, and what happens there can't happen here. The crocodile must have eaten her in the other world because look, she's completely safe here." Near the lake, the girls notice a bed. They begin playing with the pillow on it. At that moment, they spot two girls watching them from a distance. One of them is dressed as a bride because the two girls have married each other. One of their friends explains that they must do something impossible in the other world. Their fate may already be written, but perhaps they can still change it. The girls eventually return to school and go back to class for the next lecture. Mitsuko notices a pillow lying near her desk. As she bends down to pick it up, the teacher suddenly begins firing a gun throughout the classroom. When Mitsuko stands up again, every girl in the class has been killed. Once again, she survives only because she happened to bend down at the right moment. The teacher approaches Mitsuko and angrily says, "How dare you try to shut down this class? Your death is also inevitable." Just then, two girls arrive and attempt to help Mitsuko escape, but another teacher appears and kills them. The remaining students run outside with Mitsuko, but all the teachers begin shooting at them. As the girls make it outside, the deadly wind cuts them apart. Once again, Mitsuko is left completely alone. She flees through a crowded area and eventually arrives at a police station. There, she tells the police everything that has happened. After listening, a female officer points out that Mitsuko is not wearing her school uniform. The officer places a mirror in front of her. Looking into it, Mitsuko realizes that she has completely changed. People are no longer calling her Mitsuko, they are calling her by a different name. We then learn that she is about to get married. The police officer takes her to her wedding while people around her congratulate her. When they arrive at the church, Mitsuko finds her best friend there as well. Mitsuko asks what is happening to her. Her friend replies, "Stay quiet. We are under someone's control right now. Just do exactly as I say." She helps Mitsuko put on a wedding dress and sends her toward the ceremony. As Mitsuko walks down the aisle, all the girls begin mocking her. In response, her best friend starts killing them one by one. When Mitsuko reaches the altar, she discovers that instead of a groom, there is a coffin waiting for her. When the coffin is opened, a giant pig emerges from inside. Mitsuko attacks the pig with a broken bottle. She and her best friend then flee from the church. Two girls try to stop them at the gate, but Mitsuko's friend kills them as well. Meanwhile, Mitsuko runs in another direction, feeling that something is terribly wrong. She sees herself in another mirror and discovers that she has changed once again. This time, she finds herself at a racing event. Some girls approach her and say, "You're an excellent racer. "Why are you standing still? Start running!" As she begins running, she feels an incredible surge of energy. Determined to win, she gives everything she has. During the race, she sees visions of her dead friends who were killed earlier at the school. Her best friend soon catches up with her, and together they notice that the giant pig and the women from the church are chasing them. As she runs, some girls tell Mitsuko, "Leave this world." Eventually, Mitsuko reaches a dark and isolated place. There she encounters several students wearing school uniforms. They tell her, "We are all dead, and we're going to kill you too." Before they can do anything, Mitsuko's best friend arrives and kills one of them, helping Mitsuko escape. Her friend then tells her to shout her own name repeatedly. Mitsuko does so, and gradually returns to her true form. Her best friend shows her a wire attached to her hand and says, "Please pull this wire out so I can leave this world." Mitsuko is afraid that removing the wire might kill her friend, and because she loves her so much, she hesitates. However, after being urged repeatedly, she finally pulls it out. The moment she does, her friend's body splits into two pieces. At that very moment, Mitsuko notices a gate. Walking through it, she discovers that she has entered a world inhabited by men. She sees posters of herself, with several boys looking at them. A boy approaches her and says, "You're in the future." Upon hearing this, Mitsuko faints. When she wakes up later, she sees an old man playing a game. Inside that game is the exact character she has become. The old man tells her, "I created this game, and I am the one controlling all of you. You died a long time ago, but I used your DNA to recreate you." Realizing that everything has been part of a game, Mitsuko begins to believe she might still be able to return to her own world. Just then, another man appears and calls her over. The old man tells Mitsuko to complete her final level. As she moves forward, she remembers what her friend once said, "If you do something in this world that is impossible in the other world, you'll escape the game." Acting on that memory, Mitsuko grabs the man by the throat and says, "Stop playing with us." Then she takes the old man's cane and drives it into her own stomach, causing her death. The old man is completely shocked because he never imagined Mitsuko would do something like that. In that moment, her destiny changes completely. She dies within the game, but in the real world, she is still alive. Later, we are shown that Mitsuko's other characters also end their own lives for various reasons, removing themselves from the game entirely. In the final scene, Mitsuko is shown lying in a snowy place. She has finally returned to the real world, and with that, this mind-bending story comes to an end. Don't forget to comment next if you'd like to see more